Hey, soul friends. Welcome to Hello Soul, the Virginia Shower Show, where we feel what's real, we find the lightness, we focus on what matters, and we flow into our ever becoming. On today's episode, we are talking all about those energy leaks that are soul sucking our day. So, do you ever feel like you are absolutely exhausted by the end of the day? It's like you maybe even didn't do that much. You just feel energy depleted, or you have done a lot during the day and you did your best to stay positive and stay motivated, but for some reason you're just like so tired. Well, if that is you, this is the episode for you. So hang out, sit back, relax, or go on that walk, or go to the gym, or listen in the car, wherever you are. Enjoy this episode. And don't forget to download and subscribe. And also, if you're on YouTube, send your questions and let us know what you're thinking. Let me know, if you're enjoying it and what you got out of it. I love to hear that stuff. So, okay, without further ado, here is episode 5. What is depleting us? By the end of the day, do you feel sometimes that you're more exhausted, that your energy is just completely zapped? I want to pay attention. Yes, there's stuff out there about hormones. Yes, there's stuff out there about your, physical well-being. There's stuff out there about trauma. I want to talk about energetics and the tiny little leaks that you may be experiencing throughout the day that are actually leading to why you are so exhausted by the end of the day. And I want you to have more energy and more life by the end. So I want you to practice this. I want you to feel what this feels like and experience this. Hi, this is Virginia Shower with Hello Soul, the Virginia Shower Show. And I know this is for me, and I can express that I have experienced this myself, and I still tend to this, is where I am actually expending my energy in ways that I can actually renew instead of contract, and instead of leaking out. And what I mean by like energy leaks is there are some things that are replenishing to our soul and to our system, and some things that totally wear us out. And it can be things that you may not realize are doing it. So one thing that you may not realize you're doing is feeling an opinion about things that are you're feeling an opinion about things that are a negative opinion. You are judging something and feeling a certain way about it that is depleting. So anytime you see something that you don't like and you're placing an opinion on it, you are actually depleting your system. You are actually taking a tiny little, maybe like if your glass is full at the end of the day, maybe you lose a drop because something is frustrating. Maybe you lose a drop because you saw something that you didn't want to see. Maybe you lose a drop because this person didn't do what they said they were going to do. Each little drop leads to be feeling depleted and exhausted by the end of the day. You can lose more drops by things that are just more important to you. And so if something is really important to you that you have lost, wow, that is not just a small little leak. That could be you have a flat tire by the end of the day very, very quickly. And so how do we allow ourselves to replenish and plug the leak and feel full by the end of the day? And that is the allowance that you say yes to of a perspective shift, and asking yourself, am I willing to see this in a different way Am I willing to place curiosity on the situation versus my judgment on the situation? Am I willing to not make an instant reaction about something and instead allow myself to come back into a curious mindset? So, a really easy way for us to think of an example is a parking space. So let's say you had your eye on a parking space and you're waiting for it, and somebody just like zooms in and grabs that space instead of you. Now, instant reaction is like, that a-hole, I can't believe that person did that. And is just like, they don't care. They're in their own zone. And instantly, do you hear? Instantly, I am forming an opinion about that person and what that person is doing, who they are, what kind of person they are. But if I can, in that moment, so the work that we do is moment to moment work. It's not work that is like, okay, I'll think about this different later. It's actually in the moment that it's happening, allowing yourself to see something from a different perspective. And so when you're in that situation is the time to be curious about it. Have your little tantrum, but then, I wonder if they saw me. I wonder if they are having a bad day and they're just trying to get to their next thing. I wonder if their brother died. I wonder if something awful just happened to them. I wonder if that's the case. Like adding some sort of compassionate curiosities could help you get out of instant judgment and into curiosity and into compassion. Soon after you've done that, time and time again, it takes practice after practice after practice of having the reaction, feeling the curiosity of it, and not just saying those things in your mind, but feeling what it feels like. Taking the moment to feel what it feels like for somebody to be in a different position, to put yourself in their shoes. Not just saying it in your mind, because that's the thing here, is that the difference between somebody coming into their mind space and then coming into true coherence where their heart and their mind are connected, that is where neuroplasticity, where our minds actually can change for good. And so you have to take that moment. You have to take that moment to shift into the feeling of it instead of shifting into just the thought of it. So when we shift into the feeling of something, we actually are changing our body composition, our energy. And that can go into subject after subject after subject. Understanding the energy shift in our body is the key to coming into heart space, to coming into how your soul actually feels about it. When I talk about soul level and getting to the soul level, I'm talking about getting to the heart of who you truly are, transcendent of this human form, transcendent of you humaning and passing judgment in a parking lot, transcendent of your perspective as a human, which is very important. The whole of you is very important, but the soul part of you is how you, at your spirit, at your transcendent level, actually feels about everything. Your soul has unconditional love at its core. It has unconditional good at its core. It cannot actually feel bad or angry or upset at that person or anyone else for that matter. Your soul understands the universality of us all. Your soul understands because it is directly connected to God, source, all that is, to the universe itself. And so if you can understand that when we're talking here, we're not just talking about your physical nervous system having a better reaction next time. We're talking about how you, my friend, get connected to your soul in the most frustrating or the most paramount tragic situations. How you can see clearly in the frustration, like how you can see clearly even when you have gotten frustrated, coming out of that. This is how you get into your love state. This is how you get into unconditional love. This is how you see that you're never alone. This is how you can function through life. So coming back to the silliness of a parking space, getting frustrated with that person and realizing, okay, I'm here right now. This is what I am bringing into. Remember that we are all attractors. Remember that all of us are an electromagnetic machine that is putting out a vibration that is emanating something for the universe to mirror back to us. And so in that moment, that's a mirror for us. That's like literally what's coming back to us. And so, yeah, I don't want to continue to get that when I go into the grocery store, somebody else cut me off or somebody else run into me with their cart or have a bad attitude or the line gets super long and I don't want it to be long. Like I am not here for this happening. Like this is the one time. So I am going to work my way into the best I can into my soul state and understand that in that moment, I may be having something and it is okay that I am having something. And also I'm going to work my way through it. And that is through shifting, just slowly saying, Virginia, it's okay that you got frustrated. It's okay that you had that moment. Nobody's going to judge you for it. It's fine. Now what? Do I really want to think harm on that person? Do I really want to get upset with that person? No, I don't. It is what it is. Gosh, like there are so many times when in the past, I wish that I could take back how I acted. And so, yeah, totally. Do you, boo? You do you, boo. And let's move on. And I'm not going to take that energy with me. Instead, I'm going to surrender it. I just heard this great quote about how forgiveness is just letting go and getting into your soul space, getting into alignment with who you are. That's all forgiveness is. And so if you can truly let it go and find little tiny appreciations, find the good around you. Start looking for what you like, because guaranteed, if you don't look for what you like, if you don't look for the good, you're going to start leaking more. That energy is going to start peeling out of you and seeping out of you more and more and more as you go further. It's a snowball effect. We are just, you got that. All right. Now we're going to trip over something. Now we're going to do something that we are not proud of. We're going to get frustrated. Somebody's going to call us, like a family member is going to call us, and we're going to get frustrated with them because they're not doing what we want them to do. So we've got to clean this vibration up, right? We got to allow ourselves to come into our heart spaces again And so that's through coming into contact with the present moment. Yes, yes. Coming into contact with the present moment is the key. So, how can I come into the contact with the present moment? I love, and I don't do it enough, but I love having my essential oils just around. And, an uplifting essential oil is lemon, or some sort of citrus. Good grounding essential oils are like cedar wood, or I love sandalwood. You just got to be careful because it has to be sourced properly. But I love sandalwood because it has this kind of like woodsy sweet smell. So pick your essential oil that you love to have and keep it in your purse, and if something like that happens, just take a second. Guys, we are in a lot, like we are just constantly in a fast pace moving universe right now. And so walking throughout your day and going throughout your day and just boom, 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 getting things done versus slowing down, take the moment. Take your time and slow down, grab your essential oil and sniff it and come into alignment. Just like take a deep, deep breath in, come into alignment, look at something you enjoy and don't take it too seriously. Just do it and move on. It doesn't have to be some sacred 10-minute practice. It's just allowing you to come into the present moment right now, finding what's good, laughing at yourself, be chill, it's all good. It's all good. Then looking outdoors, what is it that you like? Maybe you're not one to even like a crowded environment. Maybe crowded environments make you a little like, oh, I just want to get in and out of the grocery store. I just want to like go in, get my stuff and get out. But what if in that experience you met somebody that you brightened their day? What if you went into the store and you found something that you had never found before? There are so many things that we can do in our practice of life, of menial tasks, that we can find joy in. And so finding the little pieces of enjoyment, being out and about again, connecting. We're here for human connection. Don't be afraid to smile at the person as you're passing by. You never know how your smile might brighten someone's day. Notice where you're taking life for granted. And as you're walking through and as you're making your way, allow yourself to see where you are speeding through and those leaks, little tiny leaks are happening. If you have something at work where little tiny things are annoying you, you will find by the end of the day, you will be very, very drained. And I want you to start paying attention to the tasks that you do when you work. What are the tasks that drain you the most, and what are the tasks that give you the most energy? So being in meetings, are they draining or are they life-giving? Answering emails, are they draining or are they life-giving? And if you're saying everything is draining, there are going to be some things that are going to be more draining than others. And what I would say is, in these times, so here's little tips. Emails, answering emails. Taking a moment and asking yourself, what do I like about this person? Taking a moment and saying, what do I like about this sort of environment or situation that I'm in with this person? What can I see that they've done well? What can I see? And if you're only finding what somebody or the situation is is that the things that you don't like, it just means you have your energy clearing. You have things that you can, if you want to, clean up. Because there's no task in the world that needs and calls for negative energy. There's no task in the world that calls for negative energy. All you need to do is shift to it being, it is what it is, and finding the little tiny spaces of good within it. It's a big ask, but it will make your life so much better. And if you're really good at this already, go you. And if you're still finding yourself tired, there may be some things that you're missing that you're not seeing. And I invite you to look at those things. Energy leaks are real, and they can catch us unaware, especially us who are already consider ourselves positive people. So tend to yourself. This is self-love. This is self-care. This is the little tiny steps to get us into the practice of aligning ourselves with who we are in order to, in the big scheme of things, get what we want. Because the truth is the more and more you align to who you are, the more and more who you are becoming becomes more, expands more, allows you to be at the capacity that you are wanting to be. You have come so far, my friend. It's not about fixing you. You're already fixed. You're already whole at a soul level. All you got to do is tap in. That's it. And it was like, oh yeah, that's all I have to do. But it's so cool when you do. And all of this has this lightness to it, right? Not taking ourselves so seriously, allowing ourselves time and space, allowing ourselves to, feel, find, focus, flow, feel what is, find the comfort, find the soothing, find the lightness, focus on what really matters in life. Love really matters. Being in alignment with who we are really matters. Creating matters. And then flowing, allowing that momentum to take you more and more and more into the next. I love you all. I hope that this was helpful. It's made a huge difference in my life. Let me tell you, I love going to the grocery store. It's one of my favorite pastimes. So maybe you can make something like that. Doesn't have to be, maybe you've already conquered the grocery store. I'm on to the next. What is my next? I'll have to tell you in the next episode. So I'll talk to you soon. All right. See you next time. Hey, soul friend, did you enjoy that episode? If so, don't forget to like and subscribe, follow, download, do whatever it is to circulate this energy so we can get this out to who needs it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next episode.